Hey, Gareth here from the CPSU. I've got two messages for you today. First of all, it's World Ranger Day this Friday, and this year we want to celebrate all parks workers across the state. Secondly, it's time for a parks agreement negotiation update. We've had a couple more meetings since the last formal update, representing you, your delegates, Matt Broadfield, Peter Bonifin, Hannah Venz, Annie Leshin, Axel Furder, myself and Natalie Jones, our Assistant General Secretary. This update's a little bit trickier to give because at the moment it feels like things are both moving forwards and backwards at the same time. We've had some good conversations and maybe we're approaching alignment on some matters. That we've talked a lot about classifications, about worker definitions, agreement structure. There's some promising signs in some areas, but we're also coming up against some differences of approach and I'd even say some blocks in the road. In the last meeting, NRE went back to reiterating that they wouldn't negotiate claims without first resolving the scope of the agreement. The CPSU's position remains the same. We have no interest in changing the scope of this broad parks agreement. So when you add that to the fact that it's actually over a year since we first submitted a lot of claims, several months since we first started meeting, yet NRE still haven't got formal authority to negotiate, I think it's fair to say these things are taking too long. We do understand that NRE have received instruction from the authorising body now, but they are yet to share with us what that means for our negotiations. So while there are some promising conversations, our members deserve faster progress than this. That puts us in an interesting situation because we need to apply more pressure, clearly, to get this negotiation moving properly. But at the same time, we do need to recognise that there have been some good conversations happening, and hopefully we can find some pathways past these blocks. So I've been talking a lot with delegates, a lot with members, and with CPSU leadership about how we walk that line, and that brings us to World Ranger Day. This World Ranger Day, Friday the 31st of July, we want to celebrate you, all of you, every single parks workers in all the diverse roles that keep the show running. We want to lift up the message, we are all parks. We want to make it something that you can celebrate with the community. And because we're union, to celebrate that, we need to make sure parks workers are recognised, respected, that they're employed fairly and that they're not divided. So this is a call to action. It's a call to visibility and community engagement actions for pride and solidarity. Like this Ranger Day, wear union gear, put up public notices, have the conversations, talk with each other, talk with the public, talk about what you do, celebrate the amazing work that parks workers do all year round and often do unseen. And while you're together, take the opportunity to talk about the situation, the negotiations, and when and what might need to happen if progress doesn't improve. To help support these celebrations and conversations, I've received approval to reimburse delegates to provide some celebration morning tea, some cups of solidarity, and of course delegates can call a union meeting to discuss these matters if it's timely. If it's not timely, these parts can take place on another day. I know that won't reach every work site, but it's something we can do. And look, if you don't have a delegate at your site, but you want to organise something, then just get in touch and let's have a chat. We've sent out some fresh materials that should be with you really soon for going on public facing walls, for handing out to the public, for building community engagement, because the reality is visibility works best when it comes with conversation. So just like last time we were doing this, let's get the message out, talk to everyone about what it is that you're doing, what's happening, why this agreement matters, why parks matters, and let's really bring everyone along on this journey. And finally, and almost most importantly, this call to action is a call for content. Parks workers are scattered across the state in all sorts of different places. It's very rare that you all get together. But if we all take part in actions like this, sharing photos, sharing stories, sharing solidarity, then we can pull that all together into collective action in the modern day, make our message impossible to miss. And as always, this is about doing what you can, where you can, when you can, how you can. So whether you're on the track, talking to visitors, at your desk, prepping for the next emergency, working behind the scenes to make sure everything keeps running, you're working from home, maybe you've even got a really well-deserved day off. Let's take a moment of solidarity and let's make sure everybody knows this World Ranger Day, that we are all parks, we won't be divided. In unity, Gareth.